You are listening to the Next Level TechCast with your host, Mark Garajanian.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Mark Garajanian from Next Level, and we are excited to have now our second podcast. This is the Next Level TechCast, and we have Ray Sanchez here with the new name Ethereal. We could get into this. It was long since Metra AV, a Metra Home Theater, and we're excited to have you here, Ray, to go over all the updates with the company. I know we have some really cool announcements that you could start talking about. But Ray, we're just happy to have you here to go over Metra, now Ethereal. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Mark, and it's great to be a partner with Next Level. We're very excited about our future.
Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic partnership. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I guess we could kind of get into the roots of Metra, starting as a 12 volt, I guess, manufacturer, building its way up to the CI space. And I know that, back, I would say, but early 2000s, I've known you guys for Ethereal. That was
Right.
kind of how
Mhm.
you kind of came into the market. It was Ethereal, it was HDMI. You guys kind of were the leaders in HDMI, and since then, you guys have really sprung into many new categories and have really become a full-blown solution. So maybe if you want to kind of start from the beginning of kind of how you got into the space from 12 volt, and we'll just kind of build our way from there.
Well, yeah, that's interesting because we did make our name in HDMI in the AV world. And Metra, everyone knows, has a long history, 75 plus years of the 12 volt side. And so that has been our mothership, is the Metra 12 volt. And interestingly enough, the history goes back to a TV repair shop back in the
Yeah.
day in New York that started out, but then quickly went into 12 volt radio for taxi cabs, doing all sorts of things for police cars and things like that. And lo and behold, Metra just blew up in the 12 volt industry doing wire harness kits for automobiles. So that has a long standing history, and we're very proud to be connected with Metra on the 12 volt. But as you said, in the early 2000s, we really sprung ahead with Ethereal. And it all started with the owner needing some help at his own home theater. And he said,
Mhm.
"Hey, I already produce wire. I already make all this stuff. Why don't we start a home theater division?" And you all know Brent McCall, and he was one of the first guys that we had to start this whole thing, and really came up with some great ideas, some many firsts that people don't even talk about that Ethereal had at the time. It was, the first to go long distance, 100 feet, to extend HDMI, the first to create HDMI solutions, surge protection, EDID, communication, doing data testing, and having diagnostic tools and repairs. So all those little HDMI repair tools that we now have and developed over the years came and started from that first beginnings of Ethereal. So yeah, we were right on board when HDMI started, and we have been since developing incredible products, really to serve our CI dealer network and to help our distributors grow as well.
Yeah, no, and one of the amazing things you guys do, if you haven't seen them on social media, on their website, the trainings and the support that you guys give is second to none. Just being there, kind of not being not wanting to sell you products, but really wanting to train you, have you, making sure you understand all the ins and outs of the product line. So like if you want, let's maybe get into all the various solutions. I know the big one that, well, no pun intended, but Big Dog Power was last year's big release.
Mhm.
You guys now are able to provide a network-based power solution to help with what truck rolls and be able to reset outlets and whatnot. And you have your own app, right, as well.
Correct.
So maybe if you want to just give us a quick update on Big Dog Power, and then maybe we could go over to some of the new stuff. Like you said, you have a really cool announcement for us as well.
Yeah. Well, as you said, it was all about helping the CI guy, right? And
Yeah.
the process and doing that. And we have won like numerous awards over the years. And it wasn't that we were looking to win these awards. It was just the process that helped us get us there. So yes, besides the HDMI solution pieces and everything, we always had a power category. So to talk a little bit about Big Dog Power, we were very fortunate to have Adam Rogers on board, who really helped develop that line and took the idea of managing outlets and managing power to the next level. No pun
There you
intended
go.
on your end. Yeah.
Uh,
So we took it to that level where beyond being able to have that wonderful app, which is called the Mav Base app for our Big Dog Power products, we also developed a line that had a special uh, an attribute that nobody else had, a characteristic in it that you were able to remove the modules, the MOV modules, to be able to not only remove them and replace them. That way, you don't have to replace an entire unit if you have any issues or if the unit gets hit. But it also is able to monitor those surges as they get hit. So now your custom integrator has a way to be proactive with their customer and say, hey, it looks like you're down to a certain level of 20% on this MOV unit. Maybe we need to replace it. So it gives them that opportunity. So with Big Dog Power, you have some smaller units, a one outlet that does not have surge protection, but has all the capabilities of all the other outlets on it. The 3 outlet that is great for behind televisions and smaller applications. But then our 7 outlet is so, I would say, has such variation and ability and flexibility to be able to mount different ways and in a rack. So it does have the removable module. It does have surge protection. It has so many capabilities of being able to program units, to ping devices, make sure they're online, do all of the self-healing that is needed in that regard. And then we took it up even higher with our 13 outlet Big Dog Power. So that one has, besides all the great things that all the other ones have, it also has thermistors in it. So you can check the temperature settings inside your rack of all the units there. And that way you can program it to either turn, turn a fan on or turn a unit off, that kind of thing. So that is really the beginning of going into this new IP world of power. And so from there, we're going to be developing other products in the Big Dog name. We're going to be developing UPS backup systems as well, and many other cool products that will stem from that. So yeah, each category that we've had done is so exciting, from surveillance onto
Right.
of course HDMI, onto all of our extenders, and now even getting into the audio world with Adept Audio. And we do have some other new announcements, as you said.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that's one of the things that before we started, I wanted just to let our customers know, our listeners know that Ethereal now has turned into, like I said, a full-blown solution for all integrators. It's what bulk wire, it's security, it's mounts, it's cables now with the new speaker line and Adept Audio, and then you put in the power. Now we're really able to close it all off. I don't want to steal your thunder, Ray, but you want to go into the announcement for the new partner and Ethereal?
Well, it's a brand new press release, and yes, we are now partnering with Netgear on many of the AV networking products that they have. Now, it's just in its beginning, so I won't get into the individual product and the product line, but that will give us the capability to even open the door even further to help supply all of our distribution channels and all of our dealers throughout to be able to support them in what their needs are out there in the field. So we're really excited about it. We just have and I think that also goes to going back to the Ethereal name. Some people
Yeah.
ask, well, why go back to Ethereal? Well, those were our roots. That was where we started. And it kind of separates us from, even though we love to have that connection with Metra, it is still our parent company. Ethereal has really expanded so much that we wanted to strike out on our own in that name. And we're even expanding our warehousing to be able to serve all of our dealers and our distributors.
Yeah, so one thing I had written down too. I mean, I know that, so you guys are a Florida-based company outside of Daytona Beach. I know you have other warehouses and locations, I believe, in Texas and spread throughout. What other areas in the United States are you able to cover so we can get product if we need to in a day or two?
Well, it's an interesting thing in this new world of supply chain management and distribution. And what we have decided to do for the AV side, even though Metra has on the West Coast, we are now going to be in Arizona. We have the Kentucky location. We have the New Jersey location. But specifically for our AV partners, we've decided to dedicate a new warehousing out of Florida and out of Texas to be able to help our distributors even be stronger. So we are partnering stronger with all of our distribution companies that like Next Level. I mean, you guys are all over the nation. So we are counting on you to be our good partners in those areas, to have stock and have product available for all of our dealers out there. And we're going to continue to be in touch with those dealers and train them and do the training that we've always done. However, really rely on your distribution power that you have and partnering with you to be able to service them.
Yeah, and so you guys know we have locations in 2 in the Southeast, Texas, 3 in the Midwest, and now Las Vegas. So we're
Right.
able to cover the whole country as well with the amazing products from now Ethereal. Ray, I really appreciate your time. Some great announcements. I think this could hopefully be beneficial to our listeners to know that Ethereal, Metra AV is now Ethereal, and Ethereal is going to be able to cover all of your installation needs from HDMI to bulk wire to security, now power, speakers, and network. So thank you, Ray, so much for your time.
If I may quickly add, just so you know, that moves us into a different realm of a new website that's coming up, new marketing, new capabilities with all of that. So you're going to see some great changes with the Ethereal brand name. You can find it at etherealpro.com or go to your old metrohometheater.com. We'll be upgrading all those things. They're great now, but we want to make them greater and help our dealer network.
Fantastic, Ray. Really appreciate your time, buddy. And that concludes our second episode of the Next Level TechCast. So we'll see you guys on the next one. And I appreciate Ray Sanchez with Ethereal. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Always great being with you, my friend.
Bye, buddy.